Hello there, Guildies. This is the Adventurers Guild. I'm Steve.
Still Jesse.
And here we are, gathered around the Nintendo Switch, because we have decided to do something a little different this time, and go over what is on our Switch.
That's right, we're welcoming you to our neighborhood.
So we have quite a bit of people ask us on the forums, guildhallforum.com, on our Discord and things like that, what games are you playing, what do you have on your Switch, etc. So we decided to make a video showing what games we think are cool and what we have. So I'm going to go first, and then Jesse will go. So all of my games are digital, except for the ones that except for the ones that are not able to be gotten digital. So I will show them really quick. I have Skylanders Imaginators.
Okay.
Because this game is pretty cool. My kid likes it. I liked it. Nice little simple RPG. I have the Nintendo Labo setup with the VR goggles and the blaster. And I have Ring Fit Adventure. So none of those games are able to be downloaded digitally. So those are the only physical games that I have on my Switch.
That's because Ring Fit comes with that big old ring.
Correct. So now let's look at all of my digital games. So here we go. So Pokemon Cafe Mix. This game is actually pretty cool. It's a simple touch-based puzzle game. If you like puzzle games, it's worth giving a shot.
I like puzzle games.
Animal Crossing.
God, we know how many hours you're putting into that.
I have like an obscene amount of hours into this game. Don't need to explain much about this because
I know, my son said every time he's getting on his Switch for a while, he was like, "Man, Mr. Steve is still playing Animal Crossing."
Pokemon Home, obviously, to transfer Pokemon between Pokemon Let's Go, Pokemon Go, and Sword and Shield. What's that?
Don't hurt yourself.
Oh, correct. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Greatest game ever.
This game is phenomenal. Don't need to explain myself on that one. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition.
Man, you have raved about how amazing this game is.
Goodness, is this game good. I'm about 30-ish hours in. I'm playing really slow.
I think I'm a little behind you, maybe like 25 hours.
I'm playing really slow because I'm doing tons of side quests. But, it's hard for me to play RPGs nowadays because I play more in short spurts, an hour here, an hour there, than when I was younger and could play like 10 hours straight. It's just harder.
Overnight and play.
It's harder for me to find the time, so it's taking me a long time to beat this, but it's so good.
It is really good. The only thing that got me to stop playing was Last of Us 2. Anyway.
I got Ninjala, which is decently fun. I've only played a handful of matches. I downloaded it because one of our viewers, shout out to Ninja Chill Pill, suggested that I try this out.
Ninja.
Yeah, there you go.
There it is.
And it's pretty darn fun. It has Splatoon vibes, but it's very different. It has a lot of the combat has like a paper rock scissors feel to it, but it's also very fast paced. It's also free to play, so anybody who's on the fence about giving it a shot, you should definitely check it out. Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer, or Star Wars Racer, as it's officially titled. I always call it Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer. This game was originally on the Nintendo 64. It's a little overpriced on the Switch, but if you played it as a kid, or you just like Star Wars games or whatever, it's decent. I don't know if it's worth the money, but for the nostalgia factor, it's super fun. Pokemon Sword. I know this game gets a lot of hate because it's not new enough, different enough, the graphics aren't good enough, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I thought the story was good. I thought the game was fun. I'm working through the DLC right now. It's super fun. Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics. This one is pretty cool.
Amazing game on the 3DS. I used to love that.
This is pretty cool for a time sink. It's got everything from chess to checkers to driving around tanks and blowing stuff up, race or slot cars, yeah. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, super fun.
Super difficult, but super fun.
Super difficult and super fun RPG, especially for like Marvel.
Maybe Team Ninja.
Yeah, that's correct. Minecraft Dungeons is an absolute blast.
We did a video on that.
Yes, we did.
I mean you did.
If you like Diablo-style ARPGs, this is a great family-friendly one. Northgard is a RTS, and normally I play RTSs strictly on the PC. I made an exception for Northgard on the Switch, and the controls are pretty good on a controller, I will admit. The game is really fun. It has an interesting theme to it where the season that's going on is very important to gameplay. Like when the winter rolls around, your farm production goes down. It's harder to fight. It's very unique and very fun. Super Mario Aces, another Mario Tennis game.
Tennis.
Or Mario Tennis Aces, I'm sorry. Just a fun Mario Tennis game with a cool story in this one. Much better than the Wii U version, because that game was not that good.
A lot of people said that.
Mario and Sonic at the Olympics.
Got an argument with my son on this game today.
If you've played one of them, you kind of played all of them.
They're good
with
games.
With the exception of the 8-bit versions of the mini games are kind of cool.
Once they added in those legendary or the what do you call those? Yeah, the legendary.
The 8-bit
games.
ones.
No, the old where you can do things like, they're like over the top kind of things like mountain climbing stuff.
Sure.
Once they added them in, it was like 2 Mario and Sonic ago. They're amazing fun games, but the 8-bit ones are really cool too.
Splatoon 2, obviously fantastic game, especially if you like shooters. Very unique. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, probably the best in my opinion Donkey Kong side scroller since Donkey Kong Country, since the first one. This game is absolutely fantastic. I have Torchlight 2. ARPGs are something I usually play on the PC, although I do have Minecraft Dungeons. But I got Torchlight 2 on this because I could play it with my son. But I mostly play ARPGs on the PC, but the control scheme for this on Switch
Nerd
is fun. Mario Brothers U Deluxe, Mario side-scroller, it's fun. Don't need to really go over that. Super Nintendo Entertainment System, obviously. Lego City Undercover, this game does not get enough credit.
It is Grand Theft Auto with Legos. It is an amazing game. The story is incredible. The voice acting.
Yes.
The graphics. The amount of open world in that game
I agree completely.
Ridiculous. And the fact that, that doesn't get mentioned when they talk about open world games drives me insane.
I agree.
I've never been a huge fan of the Lego games. I think they're really neat for what they are. But, they've never caught my interest long enough except for that game. I fully finished that one. I won that game 3 times. It's amazing.
Jay and Silent Bob Marble Brawl, we did a video on this, so if you guys have seen that, you know all about this 8-bit brawler based in the Jay and Silent Bob world. Mario Maker 2, don't even talk about this one. We all know what this is. Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
Really good game.
This game, I cannot sing the praises of this game enough. It is so good. So good. I'm probably going to have to make a video on just this game at some point because of how much I adore this game. I hope so. I adore this game.
It did well.
Strategy game. Top-down strategy game. Super fun. Drawful 2 is a party game that you play with your cell phone.
Is that Al wearing a coconut bikini?
Yeah, yes it is. It's kind of hard to describe this game in a sentence or two, but it is a party game you play with your buddies or whatever. With your smartphone, you draw pictures. It's pretty fun. Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD is a port, and it's pretty fun. It's Monkey Ball. I mean, if you played one, you played them all.
It was the one that came out originally on the Wii.
Correct.
Launch title, by the way.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You know what that is. Mario Party. Everybody knows what that is. 1-2 Switch.
We made a video.
Did a video on this. You all know what that is. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. I still find this hilarious that of all the things to port, this game was born in Mario 3D World.
Mm-hmm.
This gets ported to the Switch, but Mario 3D World, as of yet, has not.
With that being said, if you ever wanted Toad to feel like Indiana Jones, this is the closest you're going to get.
If you like puzzle games, it's super fun.
It's actually a really cute game, and it's something simple. It's not one you have to really put a lot of time and really you can. I do 1 or 2 maps and I move on playing that one.
Brawl Out, I got this because I could not wait for Smash Brothers to come out, so I got this. That tied me over. It's okay, but it is certainly no Smash Brothers. We're gonna just go ahead and go on past that.
Oh, look at adorable.
Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, a remake of the Kanto Pokemon games. It's it's fun. It's definitely worth the $60. Breath of the Wild, good God, is this game amazing? No need to talk about that. Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, ported over from the Wii U with all the DLC. Super fun, especially if you like those Warriors-style massive brawl.
Dynasty Warriors.
1,000 versus 1 feel like a hero type game.
1 year slashes takes out hundreds of enemies.
Yep. Throne Breaker, we did a video on this. This game is interesting. It's fun. I'll probably never play through it to beat it, but it's cool. Takes place in the Witcher universe. It's a strategy game. Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. I love this game. They just announced a new season pass for it with some cool new characters. Super fun. Me and Jesse have played this and a little bit of battle in here and there and some videos that we've done. Super fun fighting game. Very, very, very tight combat.
It is.
Munchkin
and the original actors. A lot of the original cast came back to voice the characters.
Munchkin Quacked, whatever, Quest
right,
is an arcade version of the board game. It doesn't play like the board game, but it's like an arcade, gotta get the treasure, gotta get the ducks to beat your buddies kind of thing. That's another game that's hard to describe, but it's pretty fun. It's got some bugs in it, but it's fun.
Ugh.
Cuphead, this game is super hard. Originally on the Xbox One, super fun. Ring Fit Avenger, we don't know what that is. Dauntless did a video on this, fun game. Stretchers did a video on this.
Yeah, that was one of our early ones.
Absolutely fantastic game, super cool and funny, hilarious actually, co-op game. Luigi's Mansion 3. Preventative Strike cost me a whopping 1 penny. It's a shmup, shoot 'em up game, bullet hell, whatever you want to call it. It is, for a penny, it's crazy fun. For full price, which I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's your cup of tea, but I got it for a penny. Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening is officially one of my favorite Zelda games of all time.
I think this game is unbelievable.
This game is unbelievably
so
good.
much fun with that game.
Unbelievably good. Labo Toy-Con, Nintendo Switch Entertainment System. Super Kirby Clash is a freebie. It's fun. Go Vacation. I have played so much of this. Granted, my kids play it with me because they have their own Switches and they have their own copies of the game. It's really fun to run around the different maps and play mini games with them. I don't know if I would enjoy it too much by myself, but if you have kids or just whatever, it's very fun to play multiplayer.
Yeah, a few kids.
Very fun to play multiplayer. Tetris 99. It's Tetris.
Tetris got 99 problems.
Minecraft.
But a block ain't one.
Minecraft. You know what Minecraft is. All 4 of the games from the SteamWorld series. This series
I've always seen this and
so good.
I've never played any of them.
SteamWorld Dig and SteamWorld Dig 2 are side-scrolling platformers where you dig through the earth. And the deeper down in the earth you dive, the more adventurous and complicated it goes. Your robot keeps upgrading himself with... Eventually you get a grappling hook, booster jets, better weapons. Super fun platformers. So SteamWorld Dig was the first one. Dig 2 is the second one.
What?
Well, I can't actually. I'm having trouble remembering if Heist or Dig 2 comes second in the storyline. But
Dig 2 is a sequel. I could never.
Well, I forget I can't remember if it goes Dig, Heist, then Dig 2, or if it goes Dig, Dig 2, then Heist. I forget. But SteamWorld Heist is a strategy game, and you play as an outlaw spaceship pilot with a squad of up to 3 or 4 players on each stage. Just a side-scrolling based strategy game. You have to use like bullet ricochets to kill enemies and stuff. It's super cool. And SteamWorld Quest Hand of Gilgamesh is a straight-up RPG. Side-scrolling RPG. Hilariously fun. Extremely fun. Combat is not super difficult. There are some tough battles, but it is a very fun and very unique RPG. Yoshi's Crafted World. Yoshi's Crafted World?
As my wife calls him, Yoshi.
There you go. Yoshi's Crafted World is a, well, everybody knows what the Yoshi games are, but it's Yoshi's Crafted World.
Bought that game for my wife for her birthday.
It's fun. Mario Odyssey, don't need to talk about that. Skylanders, again, talked about that already. Arms, a very underrated fighting game.
It is really
super
good.
fun. South Park: The Stick of Truth. I've always wanted to play this. I bought it on sale on a Black Friday once, and I still have not played it.
I have finished this game twice. I can tell you, as long as you're okay with it, because the game is mature humor, it is one of the most tight, amazing RPGs you'll ever play.
Wow. And
it recreates the town of South Park perfectly. I mean, there are little secrets planted in that game. I played it twice and literally found things multiple times. Oh, it's such a good game.
YouTube, what's that? Sleep Tight is a twin-stick shooter where you play as a little kid. Building pillow forts, trying to stop the zombies and monsters from coming at you in the middle of the night. Fighting Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z, which is a Dragon Ball fighting game.
Never heard of it.
Starlink Battle for Atlas is massively underrated.
That is really
This is the Star Fox for the new generation, I swear. I know this is a multi-platform game, but for all intents and purposes, it really only came out for the Switch. You can get it for the PlayStation, for the Xbox. The one you want to play is the Switch version. You can play as Star Fox. The Star Fox team is with you. You feel like you're playing a Star Fox game.
Fox McCloud, but you know. Steve wants to call him Star Fox.
Paladins is a free-to-play shooting game, kind of like Overwatch. Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition. Octopath Traveler, super good RPG. Riptide Renegade is
Jet Moto.
Similar to Jet Moto and similar to Hydro Thunder. It's a fun racing game. Snipper Clips is a puzzle game where you got to cut out stuff in the puzzle. Pretty fun. Fast RMX is basically F-Zero. Sonic Mania is a really awesome Sonic game. Monopoly. Wolverblade is the hardest side-scrolling beat-em-up I've ever played in my entire life. I'm 2 years on. I'm still stuck on like stage 4. This game is ridiculously hard, but it's beautiful. Some of the best graphics of any Switch game I've ever played. A beautiful game. NBA Playgrounds is like NBA Jam. It's pretty fun. Lego Marvel Superheroes. Cars 3. I got this for my kid, although I actually enjoy playing it myself. Shaq Fu. I got for free. Have not played it yet, and I seriously want to play it, but I have not yet. Pokemon Quest.
You were obsessed with that game.
I love that game. It's super fun.
Do you remember how many hours you put into it?
Oh, yeah. Kirby Star Allies is a pretty fun Kirby game. It gets a lot of heat because people say it's kind of whatever, but I thought it was super fun. Ironcast is a really fun strategy game. It's very unique in its play style, and if you die, you have to start over from scratch from the very beginning. So don't die. But it's very fun. And Oceanhorn is basically a knockoff Legend of Zelda Link to the Past. Although, it does have its merits. It's pretty cool. I haven't beaten it, and I probably never will, but the 5, 6, 7 hours I've played of it, it was pretty fun.
I talked you into getting that one.
I think you did. Yeah. That's right. And that is it for me. So now, let's check out your games.
Are we doing a cutaway?
We are. Watch this. I'm going to take the paper. I'm going to peel it. Watch.
I'm going
to peel it. I'm peeling the paper. Hey! I sliced the screen just like I said I would do.
That was impressive. All right, so we're gonna. A lot of me and Steve have a lot of the same games that I'll go over. So Smash Brothers, we talked about. So this is Deadly Premonition's Origins. This was actually a 360 and a PlayStation 3 game. It was banned by critics when it came out, but it got such a cult following because it's a terrible game, terribly amazing. It's one of those like B movies where the dialogue's so awful. And it's just a fun game. But it's for the Switch. It's always on sale. It's a pretty good one. Defunct is about a little robot that falls off a ship and is trying to get momentum to get back on it. Plays kind of like similar to Sonic games. 3D Sonic games, not bad. Went over these ones already. Deadly Premonition.
Long in a row.
Yeah. Deadly Premonition 2 is coming out in July. I pre-downloaded it early because I'm really excited for it. It's a sequel to Deadly Premonition. It's really exciting. Paper Mario, same deal. Sorry about that. Snake Pass is kind of, I want to say, a platformer. You play as a snake and a bird, and you kind of use the snake's momentum to get around maps and collect gems. Professor Layton is a puzzle adventure mystery game.
I've always wanted to download that. Never have.
My wife is super obsessed with them. She'd probably give you more information, but this is her game. She loves it to death. We already went on about Xenoblade Chronicles. I could go crazy off of that. Clubhouse, we went over. Venture Kid is actually a really fun game. It goes on sale a lot. It plays just like old school Mega Man's. Has a very similar story. It's really fun. So if you're into like the 8-bit Mega Man games, I would give it a chance. We're obsessed with the Just Dance series in the house. We play them all the time. They're pretty good. Untitled Goose Game is a stealth. Sorry.
Stealth Goose Game.
It's a stealth goose game, but it's actually really decently.
You have Undertale, wow.
Undertale's a pretty good RPG. It's kind of got this like gothic horror thing to it. Multiple endings you can get for it is one I recommend. I don't think I got to really introduce Turok, man.
This is true.
We all know Turok.
Is your Joy-Con drifting?
Yes, it's driving me crazy.
I can tell.
So this is Turok 1 and 2. They're usually decently priced on the Switch. They're N64 games. I think they're a little too expensive, but they sometimes go on sale.
It's got that Switch tax, baby.
Yes. Travis Strikes Again is not a follow-up to the No More Heroes franchise. It's a side story. It was panned by critics when it came out, but I think that was a shame because it was pretty decent. We went over these 3 Zelda games. This is Sphinx, Curse of the Mummy, which was a GameCube game. Do you remember?
I can actually picture the art in my head. I think I know what this is.
It's almost like a Legend of Zelda, Zelda Ocarina of Time kind of game. So it's pretty decent. You play 2 different characters, the Sphinx and a mummy. Sonic Mania went over. Shovel Knight is a 8-bit platformer that is amazing.
I have Shovel Knight on the Wii U.
It's pretty difficult, but if you can get past it, it's really good. I got this for you got this for me for one of our birthdays. Where you got me the Nintendo card. I bought it with this one.
The gift shop card.
Shantae is a side-scrolling platformer that's really good. The art is gorgeous for it. There's not much I can say. They make a bunch of these. It's one of my favorite platformers. I've finished it multiple times.
Is this any good?
Saturday Morning RPG is one of the best hidden gems I've ever found. It is so cheesy. They get around using so many licenses by just slightly changing the name. Instead of Cobra, you fight the snakes. You know what I mean? You meet the Autobots in it, but they're called the Auto Good Bots. You know what I mean? It's an actually decent RPG. Your attacks are throwing CDs and Walkmans at them, hitting them with binders and smelling stickers. It is an incredible game. You get a hoverboard, a pink hoverboard in it from Back to the Future. It's honestly one of my favorite RPGs. I played through it, and just the references are unbelievable. This was another one that was...
Drift.
This is another one that was panned on the Switch. They didn't like the port. I'd never played any other version of Saints Row, so I thought it was really good. From what I heard, the new release is amazing on the PS4, but I played this one, beat it, and enjoyed it. Rocket League, I'm not going to explain Rocket League. It's good. It's soccer with cars. It's really good. This one is a lot like Saturday Morning RPG, Retro City Rampage. It's a top-down Grand Theft Auto kind of clone. Same deal, though. In the beginning of the game, you meet the A-Team Ninja Turtles. You deal with going back in time. You meet a guy named the Batman who lives in a mansion. Like, there's just millions of references in it, and there's other game references in it. It's really fun. Another one I finished. Phoenix Wright is another kind of puzzle /
another game I wanted to play.
Yeah, it's really good. This is a trilogy. It's actually decently priced. I think it's $30 for all 3 games. The humor in the game by itself is worth playing. They're really funny. You play as an attorney, and you're trying to get clues, and then you're trying to look for patterns and people's testimony if they're lying and point it out. The game does a really good job, too. The first case is kind of taking you over what the mechanics are. Stranger Wrath is a really good third-person / first-person shooter where you play as a bounty hunter in the Oddworld kind of world. And
like Oddworld Abe's Odyssey type?
Yes. It takes place
Seriously?
in that world, yep. But you play as a bounty hunter.
Oh, wow.
And due to events in the game, a bounty is put out on his head, which is where the story takes off. It takes itself a little too serious for my taste, but it's pretty good. New Super Lucky Tales is an incredible platformer. It originally came out for the Xbox One, and somehow the Switch got the better version. It's insane. The improvements they did on it, cameras, controls, things like that, were unbelievable. We were just talking about this one earlier.
Yep.
I was talked into getting this. I played a couple hours of it. It's not bad. I'm just not really good at it. So, I didn't play it much. Mr. Shifty is a top-down twin shooter kind of game, except you don't have a gun. You kind of control this pole. You get hit one time, kills you, but you're also able to teleport. So it's fun. It's a bit difficult. Kind of like Hotline Miami. You ever play that one?
Yeah. Well, I haven't played it, but I've seen it played.
Really similar to that. My friend Pedro is an incredible shooter. Super inappropriate, super violent. Amazing, though. You can slow down time, pull off the most amazing record shot, bouncing bullets off the wall, stuff like that. It's amazing. Anybody knows me, I'm a huge fan of the Mega Man X series. It's my favorite series. So, of course, I bought both of the Mega Man X collections. These are beautiful ports of all the games. For those who think the Mega Man games are too difficult, they have easy modes in them, which doesn't make it too easy, but it does help. All the original cheats are in it. It's an incredible...
For my money, I only like the first half of the series. The back half of Mega Man X, I don't particularly like.
I can see that. We already went over Lego. I can go on it. Katamari is an incredible, funny game. I can't really describe it any more than you roll up things to rebuild the universe. The music is hilarious. The gameplay is fantastic. It's a remake of the first game. The humor is fantastic. Super addicting kind of game.
You were in Kingdom Belt like in Just Dance. Jeez.
Oh, yeah, we got them all. Hollow is a horror game, first person, really slow, but still creepy for an independent game, so I'll give it props. I haven't finished it, but I might get back to it. Drift. Gunman Collection is a side-scrolling shooter where you can play as a cowboy or his two partners. It's pretty fun, usually on sale. Flashback is an old Sega and Super Nintendo game that they re-released. It's the same as that game reported over. I played it as a kid, so nostalgia is there. That was another one. It's always too expensive, so I refused to buy it. Finally went on sale for like $7, so I picked it up. I can't tell you anything about Five Nights at Freddy because my daughter downloaded this game. She likes it.
I don't know anything about it, although except for the fact that it was popular for a while, and I think it still is.
I'm a huge Doom fan. I love all three of the originals, so I picked them up. I think they're pretty decently priced on the Switch too. So especially if you ever played Doom 3, they changed the formula up into a survivor horror. It's pretty good. Cuphead Call of Juarez is a first-person Western. It's pretty decent. This is actually super fun.
I didn't know you had this.
As a rhythm-based game, I think they made a first one. I never played that one. That's why I picked up just for The Legend of Zelda.
Right.
But it's rhythm-based. You can actually turn the rhythm off. I recommend not doing it. You can turn it into a regular Zelda game. But I don't recommend doing it just because it's actually what kind of the joy of it is. I've actually finished this one, surprisingly, because I don't finish many games. But that one's pretty decent. Brothers is a puzzle game, third person, where you control two brothers at the same time. You can also play it on co-op. So I play that with my sons. Bayonetta 1 and 2, those are kind of like Devil May Cry. Have you ever played them? Action shooters, slashers. They're both incredible. They're making a third one. I recommend it big time for you. Fun fact, if you buy one of them, the other one goes on sale.
Oh, wow.
Because it's cheaper to buy the 2-pack physically. So if you buy one of them digitally, the other one drops in price automatically for you.
Wow.
Bastion is an amazing over-the-top game. It's really good. I can't really describe it anywhere. It's kind of like a Legend of Zelda clone too. It's really good. Astro Chains is fantastic. This is a third-person adventure game. You do level up your characters. It's about twins. You can actually customize your characters and make them any way you want to look. You play as either one of the twins. You either pick the male or female, and then the other one just becomes a supporting character. It's about cops in the future. This alien races. This dimensional alien kind of things have come out and started attacking people, and the cops have kind of learned once they captured them how to control them, so they're using them as a weapon. So not only do you get a gun and a nightstick, but then you have this chain, that's the name, attached to this kind of creature where you can control too. And Scribblenauts
is a drifting game.
Scribblenauts is an amazing game if you ever played it. This is the Mega Pack. It comes with Scribblenauts and Scribblenauts DC. Pretty much, if you write it in the game, it appears. Anything you can imagine, you can write. There's multiple ways to get over puzzles. So if you need to get up to the next level of a building, you can write rope, and a rope will appear, and you use that, or a ladder.
Oh, wow.
Or you can write wings, and your character gets wings. And then, on top of that, once you're done the first one, jump to that DC one, and it's the same game in the DC universe, and nothing's better than writing pink Batman and Batman's suit turning pink. So, it's definitely one I recommend for anybody.
That actually sounds super cool.
And this is Marvel Ultimate Alliance. We already talked about that. So that's my selection.
Well, we have a lot of games, and this was one long video. So, that is what is on our Switches. For the Adventurers Guild, I'm Steve.
Still Jesse.
Thank you very much to our patrons. They're right there. And we
are telling you to play Xenoblade Chronicles because it's so good.
It truly is.
That's
We'll
it.
catch you in the next one.